Right guys, welcome back to the channel and to this review of Codex Daemonkin. The new codex found in Shadowspear. And I love these models. Man, they are so cool. The rules, I like a lot of the rules. However, there is a lot of restrictions within what we can use. So let us dive in and have a quick look. Now, the first thing that it does mention is that Death Guard and Thousand Suns have fallen deviant significantly in terms of organisation and fighting styles. As a result, you cannot choose one of these keywords when determining which legion a unit in this codex is from. So you cannot use any of these as Thousand Suns or Death Guard. I do want to point out as well that World Eaters still cannot take Psykers. Of course, why would you? Given that the character model in here is a Psyker, a lot of what's in here you may not want to run in a World Eaters army. But some of it is very, very good, and I do like it a lot. So, the models that we've got, first of all, is the Master of Possession, which is the character model that is in the box set. And he's pretty much a sorcerer, you know, standard Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine sorcerer. 4 wounds, 3 up save, bow pistol, 4 stave, 5 up invulnerable save for having the Daemonkin rule, and he's got right of possession. Psyker suffers perils of the warp on any psychic test roll of a double that is made for them, instead of just a double 1 or a 6, whilst they're within 12 inches of any enemy models with this ability. So, that's not bad. And he attempted to cast 2 and deny 1. He knows Smite and 2 psychic powers. So, you know, he's alright. He's not... There's nothing really that different than what you're normally used to. But the model is very, very cool. We've then got Chaos Space Marines. Now, what you get in the box is one single unit of 10 models. It doesn't give you the full breakdown of what models can take what and so forth. So in this unit you've got an Aspiring Champion and 9 Space Marines. The Aspiring Champion is armed with a Chain Axe and Plasma Pistol. 4 Marines are armed with a Chainsword and Bow Pistol. 3 are armed with a Bolt Gun. 1 is armed with a Plasma Gun, and 1 is armed with an Auto Cannon. So the Auto Cannon is just Heavy 2, Strength 7, -1, 2 damage. Everything else is pretty much as you know it. Nothing has changed from the Chaos Space Marines. Apart from, let's have a look at the points. Still 13 points. Which is, it's still more than I think it's worth. But, there we go. I think there should be 12, 11 points. But, we've got new sculpts. That is the important thing. They are addressing it. The next thing that we've got is Greater Possessed, and these models look absolutely brilliant. Remind me very much of the Galvorback from the Word Bearers for 30k. Movement 7, Weapon Skill 2+, Strength and Toughness 5, 5 wounds each, 5 attacks, and a 3-up armor save. They've also got Death to the False Emperor, as has everything in here. But they've got Champions of the Horse. The first time you set this unit up, all models in this unit must be set up at the same time, but they do not need to be set up in unit coherency. From that point onwards, each Greater Possessed is treated as a separate unit. They also have the character keywords, so you cannot target them without something that can snipe. They've also got 5-up invulnerable save, and you can add 1 to the strength characteristic of Mark of Chaos Legion Demon units whilst they're within 6 inches of a friendly model with this ability. That is very good. Take that on Mauler Fiends, for example. That's pretty good. And Greater Possessed are 70 points per model, I believe. Yep, 70 points per model. So, you know what? They're not bad. They've got a lot of attacks that can do a fair bit of damage, as they are Strength User, -2 and D3 damage each. It's decent. Obliterators, though. Wow. Obliterators got an overhaul. Movement 4, Weapon and Ballistic Skill 3, Strength and Toughness 5, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, and 2 up armor. The flesh metal guns are still the same, nothing's changed with that. Teleport Strike, they've still got that, which has set them up 9 inches away. You know, they've got Death of the False Emperor. Nothing changed rules-wise. They got tougher, they got stronger, they got more wounds. Exactly as it should be. And in my opinion, Terminators need to follow suit with this. Maybe it's not, you know, strength and toughness 5, but I mean, certainly they need to be a bit more survival. I like these Obliterators, and I'll definitely be adding them to my World Eaters. And the last unit that we've got is the Venom Crawler. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It is a grand total of 130 points. So it's about the same as a Dreadnought. However, it does have 10 wounds and movement 10 to begin with. It is only Weapon Skill 4 and Ballistic Skill 4. Strength 6, Toughness 7, 3 up save, and starts with 4 attacks. Of course, it's got a 5 up save. But its weapons, it's got an Excruciator Cannon, range 36, Assault D3, plus 2 strength, minus 2 D3. So it starts at strength 8. And of course you can move 10 inches and still shoot with it at full ballistic skill. Or you could go and advance as well. However, Devourer of Souls, at the beginning of each of your turns, this model regains 1 lost wound. In addition, at the end of each fight phase in which this model destroyed an enemy model, you regain 1 additional wound. You can get 2 wounds back a turn. You've also got a Reservoir of Demonic Energy. So add 1 to the result of any demonic ritual summoning rolls made for Masters of Possession whilst they are within 6. So your Master of Possession can still do a demonic ritual. If he's within range of the Venom Crawler, you get an additional +1. Also, if he does die, Soul Shredding Explosion, he explodes on a 5+, and each unit within 6 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds. So, not bad. I don't think the rules for these guys are amazing, but the models are absolutely fantastic and out of this world. The Psychic powers and Warlord traits are all pretty decent, but you're only going to be using these in your non-Death Guard World Eater 1000 Sun armies, because obviously World Eater's not being able to take Psychers. Your Psychic powers are okay. There's 2 that stand out to me, and the others are just okay. So we've got Incursion, which is, if manifested, the Psychic can immediately attempt to summon a unit of demons to the battlefield using Demonic Ritual, but you get to use 4 dice instead of 5, and you don't suffer any mortal wounds if any doubles or triples are rolled. That's okay. Sacrifice is a warp charge of 4. Choose any model within 2 inches of the Psyker. That model suffers a mortal wound. Then choose a friendly Legion Demon unit within 18 of the Psyker and regain D3 lost wounds. If the model is a Demon Engine, the model you choose to inflict the mortal wound on was a friendly Warpsmith. The Demon Engine regains 3 wounds. So that is massive, especially for keeping other Demon Engines and stuff alive. Mutated Invigoration has a casting value of 7, and you can cast this on Chaos Spawn, Possessed, or Cult of Destruction. And depending on who you cast it on depends on the buff that it gives. So you can reroll the dice when rolling for that Chaos Spawn's mutated beyond reason ability. You can reroll the dice when rolling for a tax characteristic of a unit of Possessed due to its Writhing Tentacles ability. Or you can reroll one of the dice to determine when rolling for the Strength, AP, and Damage characteristic of a Cult of Destruction unit weapons during due to its Flesh Metal Guns or Flesh Metal Weapons ability. So that's pretty good to take alongside your Obliterators. It'll be even better running them as Emperor's Children and Slanesh, so that you can then use Endless Cacophony and shoot again. We've then got Possession, casting value of 5, increase the Psyker's melee weapons AP by 2. Furthermore, until the start of your next Psychic phase, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy infantry character, you can add a Chaos Spawn to your army. If the destroyed model was an Adeptus or Heretic Astartes, you can instead add a greater possessed model to your army, and it has to be set up within 6 inches of the Psyker, more than an inch from enemy models. If it was a vehicle, no dice roll is made for the explosion, and any mortal wounds suffered by the Psyker in the resulting explosion are ignored. So it's alright. We've then got Cursed Earth, which is increase the invulnerable save by Legion Demons by 1, which would be fantastic on things like World Eater Mauler Fiends, but of course we can't. Infernal Power has a casting value of 6 if manifested. Then until the start of your next Psychic phase, reroll hit and wound rolls of a 1 made for attacks by friendly Legion Demon units whilst within 6. It's almost like the Demon Engine stratagem, but it's just reroll 1s, but it's not bad for Psychic Power. For Warlord traits, these are all centered around Psykers. So your Warlord can know 1 additional Psychic Power. That's know, not cast. Devourer of Magic, your Warlord can attempt to deny 1 additional spell. In addition, your Warlord regains 1 lost wound each time he successfully denies a power. Reader of Fate, once per battle you can reroll a failed Psychic test or deny the Witch test for your Warlord. In addition, if your army is Battleforged, roll a d6 each time your Warlord manifests a Psychic power, and on a 6 you gain 1 command point. Infernal Gaze, if your Warlord successfully manifests Smite, the closest visible enemy unit within 24 suffers mortal wounds instead of 18. Warlord, you can reroll rolls of a 1 when taking Psychic tests. Or Demon Bound Power, add 1 to your Warlord's strength characteristic, and you can reroll damage rolls made for attacks with your Warlord's force weapons. So, some pretty cool stuff in there. Obliterators are 115 points each now. However, for what you get there, I think it's pretty good. And I'll be excited to take some of them in my army for sure. The Chaos Space Marine models look absolutely fantastic. And they're on a much bigger scale, of course. Very similar to what the current Thousand Sun and Death Guard units are. Let me know how you guys would be running these. How would you incorporate them into my World Eaters army? Would you do another army alongside of it? Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching.